Let me guess. You probably ask yourself, is the camera rolling? What is he doing? Normally, 10 seconds doesn't seem like much time on the clock, but sometimes it can feel endless, especially when everyone is focused on you. Pauses, silence, facial expression can cause tension, curiosity, and hopefully audience attention. Your attention. If in 10 seconds I could get your attention, imagine what you can do in 30 seconds in a 3-minute short movie or in a feature-length movie. For those who don't know me, my name is Homayoon Mobaraki. I'm a film director. It is a pleasure to be talking to you all. I came to Cameroon last year. It was my first visit ever, and I was amazed with your beautiful country and the beautiful people. I met talented youngsters, people who are ready to conquer the film industry. Some of you are already in that position, but for the other, it is still a process. And trust me, the journey is difficult, but also interesting and amazing. To get there, you need discipline, training, proper coaching, and the right mentorship. I believe you are in the right place today. Without any further ado, please allow me to share some of my experience with you. We will talk about actors and directors' relationships, and I will also show you some of my movie clips, both from Cameroon and Sweden. You know, being an artist means understanding art, despite cultural and geographical differences. And as a foreign director, working in Cameroon for the first time was a solid proof to me. Let me jump directly to our project in Cameroon. So before I traveled to Cameroon, I had no experience with your culture or tradition. I didn't know how people would treat me or my team in Cameroon. However, what I knew was my vision, to be sure about my project and to be prepared. I had clear vision before I arrived in Limbe. 3 things you have to know. Preparation is key. There will always be obstacles. You must remain focused on your goal. So preparation is key to many problems. Unfortunately, sometimes due to circumstances, weather, actor, or other hidden problems may go wrong. No matter how well you and your entire team are prepared, there will always be unexpected circumstances. But in the end, it doesn't matter, because you have to deliver despite the obstacle in your way. Henry Ford once said, obstacles are those frightful things you see when you take your eyes off your goal. As a director, you have a commitment to your team, your production house, or studios. A director does not find excuses. She must deliver at any cost. That is the role of director, to direct the project, to solve problem. Directors have huge responsibility towards studio, producers, and all the people who put money to see the film come to life. There are different kinds of directors. We have hard and demanding directors, collaborative directors. They all have their own methods. As an actor, when you realize how heavy the responsibilities of your director and other crew members are, you will learn to take your own responsibilities seriously. You must be on time, hours before the director calls the shot. You must know your lines, character, and the story to your fingertips. Respect the roles of other actors and crew members as well. Make friends with other actors on set. It makes working with each other easier. You cannot come to the set and try to learn your lines or read your script on your way to the set. If you do so, you will be exposed in front of the camera and you will hear cut again and again. It will sink production quality. It will get the director to retake your shot more times than necessarily. But do not panic. Some directors like to do many takes, so they have many options in editing. It happened before and it will happen in future. It happened to directors like Stanley Kubrick. The film, The Shining, he had to do 127 takes before that shot was completed. It was not that actor's fault. He just wanted the best from the shot. You should learn to understand which situation you are faced with. I was reading somewhere about Stanley Kubrick and Swedish director Ingmar Bergman that they did everything to master their vision by demanding a lot from their actors and other cast and crew. But especially actors. Actors work with all kinds of director. It's your job, no matter how difficult director is, part of your job is to learn how they work, the way they are. So let me remind you again and again, as a filmmaker, actor or director, you must know your project very well. Visualize it and choose the right team, right actors, right director to master it. As a director, you have to believe in your vision. Share your vision with the main cast and crew so they know what you want. What is your vision? If someone from your cast and crew come up with good ideas, and if that can be applied to your vision, be smart, take it. It is good to listen, but you as a director have to make the final decision. Make sure your team knows that you are the director, but be respectful. Someone asked me, how important is casting? Well, everything. I replied almost everything, because that is where the hard decision on who will play a particular role are made. It may be the director or casting director, or both of them, who choose which actor will be in their film. I'm mentioning casting here because many young actors will lose self-esteem because they were not cast at the audition. It is not because you are not a good actor, you are just not the one for the role. Every director knows what they want, so do not let casting define you as an actor. I know there are a good number of you who have worked in film before and already used a script. A script is the most important element of the film because everything starts with a script. When a producer decides he wants to produce a film and call me as a director, the first thing I ask, where is the script? When asked about the value of a script in filmmaking, it is the key to creation. Sometimes things can really be good in a script, but it doesn't work on set. Changes have to be made so actors are comfortable with their dialogues. It happened to me and it happened to big directors. There are moments where actors cannot deliver what is in the script. You have to give them an opportunity to improve or improvise as long as it is close to the script. You probably have been told acting is nothing for you. You have no choice. Look at you. Who will hire you in their movies? When people don't encourage you, you start hesitating. You start losing passion. It makes you uncertain. You start thinking they may be right. Wrong. They are wrong. You are here today. You are an actor. Remember that. If your passion is filmmaking, being an actor, and you don't listen to your inner voice, you will regret it for the rest of your life. I will tell you why. I remember I loved watching movies, dreaming about movies, and that has been with me all my life. When I was 6 or 7 years old, I wanted to become an actor. That was the only thing I was dreaming about. After watching The $6 Million Man, Seven Samurai, The Street of San Francisco, Charlie Chaplin, above all, some Indian movies like Sholay, Dawn, and some others. We didn't have any theater in the city where I was born, but when I went to Zahedan with my uncle and cousins, which is the capital city of our province called Baluchistan, every evening we went to see a new Iranian film in the theater. It was new experience, seeing a movie on the big screen. I still remember it. I think I was 9 years old, I don't know. It was before revolution. I was so obsessed with the watching movies that one day, without telling anyone, I took a taxi and went to the nearest cinema. In the middle of the movie, someone took my hair from behind and started beating me. It was my older cousin. They were looking for me all over the city. Worried. The police were involved. Homayoon is missing. Me. They took me home, and believe me, I wasn't that happy. Then came the revolution in 1979 in Iran. Unfortunately, as a child, we had to leave our country because of the revolution to Pakistan and then to Sweden. I think when I was 13 to 15 years old in Karachi, I went to see all the movies that were released in theater. Sometimes I took my cousins with me, but most of the time my younger brother, Freydun Mobaraki. Surprisingly, he is also a film director and a very, very good actor in Sweden. As long as I had money for tickets, I didn't miss any movie. From First Blood, Indiana Jones, to local Pakistani movies. Good movies, bad movies, all kind of movies. At that time, it didn't matter to me. I watched all kind of movies. Sometimes I didn't even go to school and went to see a newly released movie. It is not something I recommend. I mean, not going to school. You should go to school, but it was in my nature, my passion, and it still is to this day. I bought my first camera, a photo camera, not a video camera. I don't think I afforded that time. When I was 14 years old, I didn't ask for money. I collected my money. Sometimes I took school fees to pay my tickets and lied to my parents. I don't regret that I bought that camera. All my family pictures are taken with my cheap camera. Imagine if I didn't buy that camera, I wouldn't have photo memories today. In your case, some of you have sacrificed a lot to pay for this class. That is the passion I'm talking about. So back in Sweden, cameras were extremely important to me. When we arrived in Sweden, I bought another camera. In Sweden, as an 18 years old boy, I was knocking many doors, trying to find film schools. But it was not that easy at that time. I didn't have anyone to help me or guide me in a new country. I ended up doing bachelor in computer science. Not because I wanted to. I did it for my family. They wanted me to be an engineer. I wanted to become a filmmaker, but it wasn't possible for me. Please don't get me wrong. I don't regret it at all. I did it because I didn't have any other options. But you have that option, especially if you want to become an actor. There are so many courses, training centers, production houses, and others like YouTube. Don't waste your time. Grab one and start building networks. Look around you. You see? You have the Maris, you have these kind of master classes, and good connections. Many of my generation didn't even have this opportunity, including myself. While I was studying computer science, I was helping my friends with their short movies. I did for fun, not for money. We built a team and started our first film team in a small city called Gävle in northern Sweden. I kept my passion alive and continued filming birthdays, engagement parties, weddings, live concert, and short movies, keep my passion for filmmaking alive while building my family and had a professional job as software designer. In 2008, I got a chance to broadcast my own show called Roj TV, means the lighting, aired from Tish TV, where I produced my own program every Wednesday that was watched by thousands of people all around the world. The program was about the Baloch people in Iran, Pakistan, Afghanistan, Turkmenistan, Oman, and some other Gulf countries. I interviewed people, covered news and conferences. During that time, I learned a lot. As time passed, I needed to learn more. Since I never attended any film school, I started to read and listen to big directors, filmmakers, interviews, and watch my favorite movies again and again. The more I produced, the more I understood that I need to learn more. This is Masterclass, and I'm still learning every day and every second. However, my program was appreciated and many youngsters in Balochistan started doing films. They were inspired by Roj TV. I was hoping that someone somewhere will give me the opportunity to make a movie. It never happened. No one ever gives you that opportunity unless you have good connection or money. You must give yourself that opportunity. Otherwise, it will never happen. I ended up producing more than 100 hours from 2008 to 2014, all kind of video program. Then I asked myself one day, what am I doing with my life? I promised myself to work professionally with my passion, filmmaking only. You see, no one ever gives you that opportunity. You have to work for it. As a beginner, you can do a lot of things by yourself. Steven Spielberg, Tarantino were some of them. I suggest you read about them. I wish I had the opportunity to start making movies at your age. Your age and your age. Due to a situation I explained earlier, I started very late, but it is not late for you and it is not late for anyone. You see, if Mr. Obama retired when he was 56 years old and Mr. Biden became president when he was around 72 years old, then anything is possible, right? What do you say? As a director, it is very important for me to meet and talk before and after any project, to socialize with my team, to make them comfortable, relaxed and happy. On my production, I do not tolerate racism, discrimination, or violence against women and girls. We need to be ready, we need to be clear about it, especially as an artist. If you want to be respected as an actor, respect others. Since we are with Damaris, I would like to give you an example. I remember one evening after shooting our short movie in Limbe, we socialized with all the cast and crew. We had dinner, we had, enjoyed our evening. I remember I was talking to Damaris. We exchanged each other's social media handles, and later we discussed life in Sweden, films, and ended up with the Indian movies. It was so nice that somehow we found our common cinema, Hindi cinema. We talked about Mr. Shah Rukh Khan, Mr. Amitabh Bachchan, Aishwarya Rai, and other actors and actresses and Indian movies. I saw her personality and how passionate she is with her role as an actress. At a very early age, as a human being, I learned to respect others. It doesn't matter if the person is old or young, experienced or not. I believe equal respect is extremely important for all participants. The day you favor one actor or a film crew member more than others, it will harm the production. It will take away motivation within the team and it will start damaging production. Bad attitude on set cannot be repaired easily. So my recommendation to you is an actor should choose a role based on their instinct. And when that is done, you have to understand what is expected of you. A character has a mission to reach. What does she actually want? Why and how? You cannot find the answer in script alone. It is something you have to find on your own. When you find the mission, make it interesting in front of camera. So remember, don't be afraid of making mistakes. It is okay to make new mistakes, but don't make the same mistakes twice. You have only one person to impress, yourself. Stand up on your feet and prove it to yourself more than anybody that you can do it better than anyone else. Your job as an actor will always be done in front of the camera, playing the character, being true to the mission and to your audience. It's a relationship of respect, power, and honesty between actors, directors, and everyone who works on that film set. There are characters who need to be directed, but there are others who are independent. They study their character, they pay attention to their characters and bring life into the script they have been assigned and go deep into it. They don't need that much direction. As a director, I cannot tell you how to act if you cannot go into the character. Does not matter how much I explain it to you, but if you're trained and are focused on the script, when I give you the medium, you bring life into that medium. The script is your workshop, your territory, master it. Actors have one of the most complex and at the same time the most exciting jobs in the world. That is what makes them so special. That makes you special being here.